We are at St. Barnabas Hospital. A few hours ago, 2 officers, 3 and 7-year veterans of the NYPD, were in uniform in an unmarked police car patrolling the streets of New York City, working to keep New Yorkers safe. At approximately 3:03 hours this morning, those 2 officers from the 4-8 Precinct Public Safety Team were on Prospect Avenue in the vicinity of East 183rd Street in the Bronx. While attempting to engage 2 males on a corner, 1 officer was shot in the arm, narrowly missing his vital structures. The officer was brought here, where he is now in stable condition. I'd like to thank Dr. Jameson and the rest of the staff here at St. Barnabas Hospital for their excellent care, and our own NYPD, Dr. Kleinman. A 16-year-old male has been taken into custody, and a .32 caliber firearm has been recovered. We are searching for 2 additional involved males in this case. Let me be clear. We will stop at nothing to ensure that these subjects involved in this shooting and the people who drive violence in this city will be brought to justice. I'll now turn it over to the Mayor of the City of New York, Eric Adams.
Thank you, Commissioner. Look at the scenario. 16 years old, officer shot, another individual potentially is armed. This officer was doing his job, part of the important team that has been assembled to remove guns off our streets. I spoke with Officer Lee and his family, and he is proud to have done his job on the front line to deal with the violence that we have witnessed, particularly in the borough of the Bronx. Thanks to the police work of Officer Lee and his colleagues, we've witnessed a reduction in shootings in this borough, and we're going to continue to do so. But it clearly emphasizes too many young people have too many guns in their hands. And our job is to create a pathway to stop that and to ensure that we remove these guns off our streets. Thank God Officer Lee will be going home, but too many innocent people don't go home after encountering gun violence. Thank you, Commissioner.
Good morning. At approximately 3:03 a.m., 1 uniformed member of the service was shot in the left upper arm. These are the details as we know them as of now. 2 police officers assigned to the 4-8 Public Safety Team in uniform and in an unmarked police vehicle observed 2 males at the southwest corner of 183rd Street and Prospect Avenue. As they pull up, at least 1 male fires at least 6 times, striking the windshield and our officer, who was seated in the passenger seat. He was struck in the left arm. 6 .32 caliber shell casings are recovered. Both officers exited the vehicle, and both officers returned fire. Responding officers give chase and apprehend 1 perp after a brief foot pursuit. Prior to the pursuit and seconds after the initial confrontation between the perpetrator and police, a second shot fired occurs from 760 East 183rd Street towards 183rd Street and Prospect. 2 .380 shell casings are recovered at that scene. These shots, based on preliminary video, are not directed toward the pursuing officers. The perp taken into custody from the initial 183rd Street and Prospect shooting is a 16-year-old male. A .32 caliber weapon was recovered from his person. Preliminary trace reveals that is not part of a multi-sale and it is not reported stolen at this time. At this time, we are actively seeking 2 persons, 1 male wearing all black who was with the 16-year-old at 183rd Street and Prospect Avenue, and a second male who was attired in black hooded sweatshirt and blue jeans, who was firing his .380 caliber from 760 East 183rd Street. We tracked him, he fled in an auto, and those 2 males are now actively being pursued. I'd like to turn him over to Pat Lynch, the PBA president.
Thank you, Chief. What we had the opportunity to witness today is when chaos and these police officers were set upon, shot at, and struck. That calm came over these police officers. The police officer that was struck and shot still pursued the perpetrator. His partner pursued the perpetrator, recognizing his partner was shot, throws him in the car, drives, transmits descriptions, notifies the hospital. If he could have, when he got to the hospital, he probably would have done the operation as well. That's how calm and professional these police officers were during chaos. We should all be thankful for police officers like this that do it on a regular basis. And we should always, in every way possible, recognize them for what they do. We don't only do it for ourselves, we do it for the people of the city as well.
Take a couple of questions.
Can you talk a little bit more about that interaction between the police officers and the unmarked car? Were they looking for suspects connected to a different incident, or why did they accept
That area is where we want our police officers to be. It's a known gang location that had problems in the past. As they're heading up Prospect Avenue, they just observed 2 persons there. That's still under investigation. As they pull up, before they even have a chance to exit their car, shots are fired at their vehicle.
Alyssa, do you have one?
Okay, can you see a picture of the gun? And the officers that apprehended the 16-year-old, were those the officers that were involved in the shooting, or was that a separate?
No, they were responding officers from the 48th precinct.
Separate officers that
Separate officers apprehended them.
We've got time for one more. Anybody else? Sean?
They were, 760 East 183rd Street is approximately 100 feet off Prospect where the initial shooting came. Male just enters, fires 2 shots down in the direction, not at our police officers, in the direction of the initial shots fired. That's under investigation, but it's very likely at this time.